they come again. Space. That shot! And City takes a 3-2 lead. Unbelievable!
Out wide if she can find her. Great job to play Ella Offer. Offer a right-footed ball across. Romine arriving at the far post. It's 2-1. Detroit City FC.
Well, there was a song back in the day, back probably when I was born. I would say that the guy's been around for like
forever.
Yeah, his career spanned my lifetime. Let's just put it that way.
And my lifetime too. When your parents are like, don't listen to the guy, he's a little baby boy, he's bad and all that. But
R.I.P. Ozzy Osbourne first and foremost, because talk about somebody that lived their life and did whatever the hell he wanted. And I'll tell you what, I mean, whether it been through music, reality TV, concert tours and all that. I remember one time I went to see Ozzy, and this is probably where I got this shirt from.
Oh.
I went to see Ozfest back in the day, and we were like 6 rows from the stage.
Wow.
Talk about probably one of the best concerts I've ever been to in my lifetime.
I know. I know.
Sad day indeed in the
like
world of music.
Like Elvis Presley, who started it all in rock and roll.
I kind of equate that to that.
And
Prince. And Prince.
And you're right. And Ozzy started it all with heavy metal.
Yeah. And Michael Jackson. I mean, an icon. Icon passed away yesterday. And an icon left Detroit City FC yesterday.
Yes. This came out of left field. And when I had to report it to it, I said the ooga breaking news is bad. You know what I mean? But read the statement.
Here's the statement from the club. Detroit City FC announces yesterday that the club and sporting director Trevor James have parted ways effective immediately. DCFC is deeply grateful for Trevor's dedication and years of service. Trevor has played a pivotal role in shaping Detroit City FC's identity and success, and has helped build the foundation of our club's growth on and off the pitch. The club will now conduct a comprehensive search for a new sporting director. That bombshell hit about 10:45 yesterday.
I know.
And I was doing I was at a friend's house doing another project when not actually on my way to work when that news dropped.
And I texted you, ooga, breaking news.
And it's like, what the actual, you know?
Yeah.
And
that was a kind of surprise. It took me out of left field.
Took everybody out of left field.
Yeah, considering, let's say, we were there at the Hartford game. After the game, he was just high-fiving the fans for their support like that. And on Friday against Pittsburgh, we didn't see him there.
No, nor Tiffany for that.
Who is still
technically, from what it sounds like, he is back. She is still with the club.
Yeah, technically.
And I haven't heard anything on the regards to
her
what her status is as of now. But a lot of things, I mean, ever since the announcement came yesterday, a lot of speculation has gone out. A lot, you know, what regards with his health. I don't think that's much of a factor now.
No.
I listened yesterday, and a shout out to Garrett and Adam and Sean Spence for putting it out.
Okay.
New episode of Make City Make Spence came out yesterday morning, and it shed a little bit more light on the subject on what was going on there.
What was going on according to those guys?
Well, I mean, a lot of people have been considering the fact that, okay, we've been going through these struggles right now.
Yeah.
Was there a disagreement between the philosophies of Danny Dicchio and Trevor James that led to something like this, or, you know, turmoil in the room? Is there actual turmoil in the room? I mean, we're not privy to seeing it.
We're not journalists there every day like the Lions beat reporters or Tigers beat reporters, but I have a life. You have a life. Yeah. So we're not privy to what's going on in the locker room. So
yeah, and to, you know, I mean, looking at that, it was just that, you know, you look at I mean, like I said, the club's now, it seems like it's now going through a change aspect of things right now.
Yeah,
There's different. It seems like there's different philosophies in the room.
I
There's
know.
different ideologies in the room right now.
Or too many cooks, as
too
we
many cooks.
yes.
Yeah, too many cooks in
I
the kitchen
know.
right now.
You're right.
And from what the club, the club's statement seems kind of vague
Vague,
to
yeah.
me. It still seems kind of vague to me on what actually happened behind the
Yeah.
scenes. Like I said, we're not privy to this.
Well, no, we're not privy.
We're not privy to that.
No.
But the thing is about that is, you wonder why, if it's one thing or the other at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm hearing speculation that there's a possibility that there's going to be some Danny Dichio might get an extension, although the progress of play or the form of play doesn't dictate it as we do know right at this time.
No.
So the play, the form doesn't dictate.
No, we just drew and we haven't won. Well, we only won
We've
once.
only won 2 games since April 19th.
You're right, and we thank you to the morning kick around show on Friday. They mentioned this show about that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and it's just the fact that 2 games out of the last 2 months.
Yeah,
It's the form has not been great. We
No.
know that. A
no,
lot of football clubs in the world, they see something like this, and especially with a team right now that is very much in the playoff hunt
yes,
right now.
Us included, yeah.
Sitting in the 6.
Yeah,
Sitting in 6, they want to see positive change. Now, obviously, they're making a comprehensive search of a new sporting director.
which is sort of like the GM in all the other sports we know, or is that a little bit different? Oh yeah,
Yes, it is. It is. And the question I have is, all right, you let Trevor go.
Okay.
You let your sporting director go. You keep the head coach.
Okay. Do you think there was a power struggle? I'm thinking this is.
I'm thinking it could be.
Could be.
I'm thinking power struggle might be involved in this thing. We don't know.
We don't. I don't know.
And,
Yeah.
there might be differences of ideas going on right now, and it seems like right now with Detroit City, this is the last thing they need.
That's the last.
You've seen the struggles on the pitch with this club.
Yeah.
And whether it's being communicated through whether the form of play is dictating that, it remains to be seen. We've seen clubs that have gone on, overcome outside the pitch struggles, aka Loudon for the first half of the year.
Yes.
Now you're starting to see the ugly head turn around with
yeah.
them a little bit with them.
Yeah, you're right, and they're fading fast with their struggle of play.
Yeah, and that's been well documented.
Yeah,
the struggles outside
with playing, being treated like crap from the old ownership. They used to be owned by DC United, would draw at the beginning of this year. So
yeah, and they're still feeling the growing. Grant you, they've been able to overcome that.
Yes.
Problem is right now with Detroit City, they haven't been able to overcome that as you can tell on the pitch early on. Yeah. Whether it's hard to. It's really, there's a lot of things to speculate on.
I know.
A lot of things, a plethora of things to speculate on this.
And I can't speculate too, because remember, we're just would-be soccer fans, and
now,
we're doing a YouTube.
Movement, is there movement in the front office as far as making an effort to find a new sporting director? I'm saying there is.
Yeah.
I'm not privy. I'm not allowed too much to divulge much of the information.
You're right
at
about
this
that.
time.
You're right, Dad.
But there is. There's going to be a change of direction here, and that's the thing about this club. The thing is they go. Like I mentioned, going through changes. They change amongst the years. Okay, whether it be we're just a scrappy little NPSL side that's playing games at Cass Tech High School.
You're right.
Okay, we've got a massive fan base coming in. Okay, we need to get bigger. Okay,
and we're
gonna be faced with what was it, about $500,000 worth of investment into refurbishing the place. The supporters stepped up and contributed to that. Okay, all right. Why don't we make this thing professional? And I'm going to give a tribute to Trevor James in a moment about that.
All right.
Okay, we're going to make the steps to go professional and all that stuff. So they do. they go into the MPSL Members Cup or MPSL Pro, then turns into the Members Cup and all that fun stuff.
After the pro thing fell apart because
And
of
then
the
next
church.
thing, and then the insurance struggles as far as that goes.
Yeah.
You get MPSL going. I come in there about October 2019,
Okay.
and see a couple games there. They win the Members Cup. Then they go into NISA.
Yes. Oh, brother. That's a
And-
long story.
And at first, okay, everything's looking good and all
Yes.
that. Win our first game at LA Force.
I remember that game.
Matt Lewis scores the first professional goal
Yes.
of the history of Detroit City FC, and then the world stops.
Oh yeah, the world stopped because of a pandemic. You probably
Sean
know
Mann
that.
and
Yeah.
his people thought, okay, all right, we're gonna have if we're gonna struggle, if we're gonna carry on with this thing, we need a little bit of help. Supporters stepped up, bought shares into the club
Yeah.
to keep the club afloat, and kept that going.
And
we
we came out.
We came out okay. I mean, we ended up. I mean, shoot, my first claim to fame as a champion owner was winning the fall championship.
Yes.
That year.
But we were not there because we were still shut down.
Right.
It was held
And then-
out closed.
and then,
Yeah.
we managed to get through that okay,
Yes.
and dominating the 2 years that we were in NISA.
Yes.
And then we saw the problems that we're facing with NISA. We'll
Yes.
get into that in a little bit.
Okay.
We'll get into that in a little while too.
There was news on NITA, but we'll hold that off.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
We'll hold that
We'll
off,
get
yeah.
into that in a little while.
Okay.
But we know it's the struggle with NISA. Not paying refs, not paying for trophies, not paying for this, not
brother.
paying for that. Clubs
brother.
dropping left and right.
Peter Will
Detroit-
dropped out. Yeah.
Detroit City saw that.
They
and said,
said, we need to press
We
the
need
panic
to make
button.
we need to make a change. So
I know.
next thing you know, they're asking USL Championship to come in and hey, it's like we got enough money here. We can go go for franchise fee. Yeah, we're gonna take a hit for leaving NISA,
Yeah.
but I think with the fans coming in and whatnot, and you saw over 7,200 the day of
Told out last Friday.
no. I'm
no,
talking July 3rd.
July 3rd.
July 3rd, 2021.
Yes, I was
The
there.
new NISA overall championship for 2020, 2021.
Yeah.
You had, people were still buying season tickets, buying the merch, buying into that, buying tickets to games and whatnot. We were still feeling we were probably one of the better teams in that. In fact, I'll go on a limb and say we were the best team
Yes.
in that league as far as
yes.
fan engagement, attendance, merch sale,
Talk about
everything all the way around. We were sitting in pretty good waters.
Yeah.
So we make the jump to USL Championship.
Yes.
And it's just overcoming change after change after change after change, and then the struggles of 2023 at 23. Next thing you know, Trevor James gets kicked up to the upstairs. We bring in Danny Dicchio, and that's the thing. It's the thing about this club. It's the constant change of this club.
I know.
And like I said, I've been with these guys pretty much throughout all the professional era, almost
all
all the professional era.
I've been here since the start, 2012 at Cat Tech.
And you've seen
I've seen it all.
You've seen it all. You've seen the packed houses at Cass Tech. You've seen packed houses at Keyworth even when some of the sections were
blocked off.
Blocked off. They still packed the place to watch games like Monty with the right foot, the numerous friendlies that they had, playoff games.
Bicycle kick from Connor Ruff. Yeah.
I mean, you've seen. And like I said, this team is going through changes. This is another change that's going right now.
Yes.
And it's part of the growing pains of this club. And
it is. And we're already in year 4 of the championship. You know what I mean?
And I'll tell you what, though, this is a competitive league.
Yes.
The USL Championship is you look at the last 4, there's been a different team
that won.
Winning the championship every single year.
And they all been in the West Coast. I know last year Colorado Springs Switchbacks, then the year before the Phoenix Rising, and the year before
San Antonio,
who was the clear winner, and Orange County FC. Yeah, that was my first exposure to when they entered.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I remember the Eastern Conference Finals. Evan Largario, who used to play for a couple games here at DCFC, he was starting high goaltender. They win the Eastern Conference, but during the celebration, he injured himself celebrating.
And I think that kind of cost them in the end.
Yeah, you're
when
right.
You think about
when
it,
they got
Tampa,
blanked 3-0.
Yeah, they lost.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay lost to Orange County in that final back in
You're right.
2021.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cal Jennings was part of that team.
Part of that team.
And I believe Quinzati, I think, was
yes,
also part
Sebastian
of that squad.
Turai, who played for us. Yeah.
So, but this is another step in the process that we're going through right now.
Yeah.
Now, as far I was mentioning a little bit, as far as the whether they have a plan in place. Obviously, I think they got a plan. I honestly think that they got a plan in place. Will it come out the next owners meeting? Who knows?
Who knows?
That's coming up on the 6th. We'll be there for Soccer Night Detroit because we got the game against North Carolina that night.
Oh yeah, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we'll be there.
So who
Definitely,
knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows? The Knights could be out. Who knows?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. You know what I mean?
And as far as Trevor goes,
yeah.
What can't you say about him?
I will say this.
What can't you say about him?
Let me tell you, he's been there for a long time in
Mhm.
soccer as either a player, manager, coach.
Just in the Detroit City era alone.
Yeah.
Okay, he comes in. Ben Pierman leaves for Memphis 901.
As an assistant coach, who eventually became the head coach, now coaching in Charlottesville.
Yep. He comes in.
Charlottesville. Excuse me. Sorry.
Yeah, he comes in. They did Sean Mann, and then did the the search.
Yeah.
Right, kind of like what they're doing. I mean, I wouldn't say kind of like what they're doing right now. It's a lot different than what it was back
totally
in
different.
What was it, 2018, 2019? I think it was.
Instead of putting a one ad, we need an experienced coach. But these days, since we're in the USL, they'll mention a lot of USL names. You know what I mean?
No. But this was back in the days. I mean, we were still in the NPSL side.
Yes.
And the fact that the guy's been there through the NPSL amateur days.
Yes.
Helped them guide them through that.
Yes.
Making the transition into pro.
Yes.
Winning the 2 championships in NISA. Or I should say multiple championships.
Multiple championships.
In
our couple
fall championship, the whole shebang in July, and then the fall championship that year.
Yeah.
It was like 3. It was basically like 3 trophies within within a matter of 12 months.
You're right.
Within a 12-month cycle, 4 if you count the Legends Cup.
Yes, you're right.
But winning trophies and whatnot, and then afterwards they make the shocking say, okay, we want to go where the big boys are. Well, not really the big boys, not where the big billionaires are. The big boys are.
Yeah.
They wanted to go in the championship. He helped them guide through that transition period and that. Signing players such as a Devin Amu-Mensah, a Reese Williams, a Michael Bryant, to help along the way. Classified, as everybody knows, the NISA All-Stars. First year they go into the playoffs. They finished, I think they were the 7th seed that year, and they ended up losing to Memphis. They ended up losing to Memphis 901, and ironically enough, Ben Pierman at that first matchup.
Considering Ben Pierman,
we go through our worst season in 2023. A lot of people thought it was a season of discontent. Yeah. He comes in, and next thing you know, okay, they finish in the 8th spot. Yes. We had the 0-0 draw against Pittsburgh, which pretty much lead to that, and Russell Cicerone, shout out to him as well, because he was the guy that pretty much sealed the deal for Detroit City FC's fate. And the
then we faced on the number 1 team in the East, Pittsburgh, and before our match, everybody said we were going to get killed by Pittsburgh. They had the league MVP, Albert Dika, who's now playing in Rhode Island, and everybody said there was no possible way we could beat the
Forbes. All those guys.
Yes, and then surprisingly, it became a good match.
And then next thing you know, Dominic Gasso makes the miracle, and we win our first playoff game.
You're right.
He guided him to that.
Yes.
2023 was a tough year at that, and then one way to go off as a coach, and then he became during that season, late in that season, he was named sporting director of that club. of the club. And then he was faced with the task of bringing in a new guy, which ended up being Danny Dicchio. And of course, we know the story last year. Finished third in the Eastern Conference, best finish ever in the USL Championship.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the penalty kick shootout against Tampa Bay Rowdies sealed our feet.
I know.
This year, though,
it's a little different.
It's a little different. Get off to the fast start.
Mm-hmm.
You had the one blemish in Louisville.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get into that open. Then you go to that 2-2 draw in Indy.
Yes.
Followed up by a 4-0 loss to Chicago Fire.
Yeah.
And it seemed like the wheels started to fall off. Now, from that? I mean, like I said, from that point on, it's just been, setback after setback after setback.
Inconsistent, including a couple embarrassing
injuries down the road, losing Ben Morris for the rest of the season. Stephen Carroll out with the scope. Bruce Williams, which thankfully he's back.
He's back. We interview him on Saturday night after hours.
Yeah, he's back in the line. Back in the lineup after a strained calf injury.
Yeah.
Jordan Adebayo Smith with his issue there, with his issues.
Yeah.
Going through all that stuff, and then all of a sudden you're hearing rumors about, okay, what's going on in the locker room? Is there disconnect between the technical staff in the front office and whatnot? And then it all comes down to a boil yesterday.
Yeah.
With the
resignation of Trevor James.
Well, I don't know if it was a resignation.
Okay.
Do you know if it was a resignation or a firing? That's the thing. We don't know.
Well, what I heard,
don't know.
what I heard on the USL show, he kind of left on good terms with the front office, and all that, which is very good, very helpful. But the big question, I don't know, was there a power struggle? I don't know. We were there on Friday. We were waiting for Danny Dicchio. I didn't notice. We were all the players passing by. We said, "Hey, nice job. Way to take them pay." All that. I didn't notice it. If they didn't notice, and considering me, you, and Sam, who sits us on Saturday Night, right? We were all there. We wouldn't notice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The thing is, too, the players aren't going to show it on the pitch in front of the public and all that stuff, And we don't know at this present time. We don't. Like I said, we don't know. I mean, could there have been issues with the locker room, inside the locker room and whatnot?
Who knows?
There might have been. There might have been. Or, but the thing is, we were seeing it out on the pitch with the results on the field.
Yeah.
Losing badly to, losing to
Hartford.
Portland Hearts of Pine, Hartford.
Pittsburgh at 2-0 disaster. Oakland. Oakland. You're right.
I mean, you could see it on there. The effort wasn't there, and when we noticed, you and I both watched that match. We noticed that. I mean, it was like, what were we doing out there? It was the most lifeless game I saw out of them since the Pittsburgh game.
And I said it was a dull to the very because there was 7 total shots. I just had 6, but I missed a shot.
And Oakland ended up winning with a .24 or whatever, or .4, whatever, 0.9, whatever the hell it was, 0.9.
XG goes,
XG.
You're right.
But the thing is now, okay, what's happened. How can Detroit City move forward?
Well, since you have a home playoff game
or home heavy schedule.
You have to go forward and execute the plan. You know what I mean? Get everybody off the right ship. You know what I mean? I know there was some players were close to Trevor from the NPSL days, Stephen Kelly, like you mentioned, but
Connor Rutz,
yeah.
Among those.
Yeah, and also speaking of which, I haven't mentioned about the GM coach connection. Also, I heard on the USL show that Danny Dicchio is contracted through this year, 2025.
Yes.
The bigger question with the new sporting director, whoever that be, is
then there's rumors that I've been hearing about an extension too. I've been hearing rumors about that.
All right.
Okay, and you're right.
Yeah.
Will this new sporting director honor that and play to what Danny wants?
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, you got 2 different styles of tactics between both of them.
Yeah.
Trevor's more defensive-minded. Danny's more offensive minded.
Yeah.
They want to, obviously they want to score goals and defend the net as well.
Uh-huh.
They would rather do that,
Yeah.
instead of trying to get the scrappy 1-0 game. They want to
Mhm.
actually, they wouldn't mind a 3-2 victory like we saw in Phoenix.
Yes.
But they would rather also, they want to see the 3 be on our side of the board instead of the other side of the board. Too.
Or usually our best limits are 2 goals or 1.
Yeah.
It's just,
We've been averaging about maybe 1.8, 1.9 goals per
Yeah.
per game this year.
Yeah.
So, it's it's the fact that you got one that wants one ethos that's defensive minded, the other ethos that's offensive minded,
Yeah.
and whether whether or not this new sporting director is going to be welcome to it. I mean, not often do you see a sporting director go before a coach. Usually, you see the coach go before the sporting director.
Yeah.
And in this case,
Yeah.
I mean, it's the opposite. Because with the sporting director gone, Danny Dico still, proving this out. Whether he's going to play out his, whether he's going to coach out his contract or not, remains to be seen.
And also, and I've seen this in other sports, these 4 major sports. When the new general manager come and they're watching a coach or manager who they didn't hire, they were somewhere different. I can mention tons of stuff from Detroit sports. You see a combination work like baseball and football and hockey. That's a little, considering that Derek Lawn, who was the head coach of the Red Wings, he was there hoping to get Nick to a playoff spot, and it wasn't working. They went to a midseason flop. Change of coach. But it still did. Big question now that the GM is on the hot seat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the big question, when you get a new sporting director, could he hire his own coach? We'll see. I don't know.
Exactly. That's why the search is being done. And
you're right.
So, I mean, we're not privy to the situation.
No.
Hopefully, we'll know more come the 6th when the owners. It should be a very, 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 very entertaining owners meeting. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah,
I mean, we got Dave Way. He's supposed to be at that meeting, talk about the women's season and all that. So
and by the way,
I spoke with him privately. I'm going to keep that under wraps.
Let's keep that under
now.
wraps. Yeah, it's understandable. Yeah,
I'm going to keep that under wraps and respect the Dave and what's going on.
Respect. Yeah. We always contact the city official socials for the official world, and we're not going to speculate. And that, and we're not going to say it. Just but wow.
But
interesting change these days.
Very interesting change. I mean,
we'll see.
Like I said, stay tuned.
I know.
That's all you can say right now. Stay tuned right now as far as that goes. But
okay,
there's been other soccer. I mean, we spent 30 minutes talking about this.
The Trevor James situation.
And like I said, more on that. I mean, it's kind of like better, but they are also. I mean, we're all focused on Central. Make sure you listen to this episode of Make City Make Spence, available on the Majors Detroit YouTube page as well, and also on.
I'll be listening while organizing it upstairs. You know what I mean? So it's a very
and
interesting.
It's also available on all the all your favorite podcast platforms.
So let's talk things other than Detroit City FC. That's what the Musings is.
That's what we're trying about, but I mean that's the big elephant in the room right now.
Let me push a couple of subjects. Incidentally, last week I was watching Tampa Bay against Hartford on the CBS Sports Network, on the CBS Sports app, on the Galata channel. I was minding my own business. And I noticed while scrolling down, there's the Jägermeister Cup, and I said, wait a minute, is there a game going on? And you know what? Guess what I learned? Guess what they were doing on Friday morning?
What were they doing on Friday morning?
They were doing the quarterfinal draw for the Jägermeister Cup. But except for one thing, this week is the last week of Group Play. They did the cup draw for the quarterfinals before the body's dead. Oh my!
Yeah, nobody's qualified for it yet.
Nobody qualified yet. Yes.
Nobody has qualified for this or for the Jägermeister Cup draw, and I mean, or firmly qualified themselves.
You're right.
In the competition, it's totally wide open.
It's totally wide open. We still have a slim chance of making it, but like I said, it's slim. But
yeah. 2 struggling teams going at it this weekend.
Yeah, you're right.
Make sure you turn into that on ESPN too.
Okay.
So we got several teams that are still in the hunt for this thing, and you don't know. I mean, as far as the wild card stuff, you figure as much. You get the guys, you get the teams in the draw, and then draw it the next day after the last weekend of play.
Yeah.
That's what normal. I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen the FA Cup do that. They'll like there'll be a tie.
And there's
There'll be a tie,
balls
but everybody else is already qualified in there, and then they go ahead and do the draw. They count that tie.
I know that draw because they have a big bet of numbers with the team.
They count. They count
right.
They count that draw.
Yes.
As part of the, whoever's the winner of that draw, whether they be, they could be still selected home and away.
Yes.
They still could be selected at.
Yeah.
And they do that draw.
Yeah.
And, they do it that way, and usually before the match. UEFA, they do it after.
Yes.
After the, after the comp, they
FIFA do it after all the team qualifies.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. They'll have their own draw, and then they have
right.
their, I mean, there might be still a couple strays moving around and stuff, but they'll be grouped accordingly.
Yeah, group accordingly.
I mean, grant you, okay, there's not as many teams in this draw, but I mean, it's still. I mean, you look at, UEFA will do it in when it comes to the final 8, the final 8, or they do it for like the final 16.
Yeah.
And they'll group those in the final 16, put them in like 4 pods or whatever it is, and then you determine your path to go to blah 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 from here on out. Sometimes the U.S. Open Cup, they wait until the round is over.
Yeah, because you have to draw the teams who's going to face on the team that's coming in new. And remember, and they do the good job of trying to separate. Teams who are new to draw will not face each other. You're going to have to face on the winner. Same thing with the UEFA Cup. They
and the caveat with the Jägermeister Cup is say like Hartford and
Rhode Island.
They can't face each other.
No, they can't face each other in the quarterfinals because they separate them. You know what I mean? So they put the wild card team in pot 3 or quarterfinal 3 and quarterfinal 4 as the road team. And they said, okay. But what if let's say one of the quarterfinalists, wild card 1, face on the winner of region 3? They can't face each other. And why they cannot wait? It's so baffling.
It's baffling, but I mean, I think it's something that the league should improve on.
It should improve.
Future
right.
competitions of that. Don't draw a week before the final week.
No.
Final week.
That's so
that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's so disingenuous.
Really doesn't make
all
sense.
The teams who are outside looking in, like us, or almost firmly going to be in the quarterfinals. It's just
All right, let's go into another competition, the Euros.
Oh, yes.
They're heating up.
I was going to talk about the Stadium in USL, but I'll save that for the next segment. Yeah.
But another competition now is the Euros. And yesterday...
Oh, my.
It was Italy taking on England.
Yes.
And Italy... had the lead.
Yes.
Had things going through 90 minutes of play.
1-0 at the end of the first half with a great goal by Bonsanetta.
Yep.
That's how you say your name.
And then, I mentioned this to you in our chat.
Yes.
I had 2 words for you.
But?
Chloe Kelly.
Oh, yeah.
She comes in the 77th minute of play.
As a sub.
Yep. And then Agamane comes in after that. Those 2 have made a big difference as far as England goes.
Big difference. In
that tournament. And, I mean, the late subs have been helping them in games. It helped them the game that put them into the quarterfinals. The match against
Sweden.
Yes, the match against Sweden.
We'll get to that in just a minute. What an interesting decision, by the way.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
all right.
I'm sorry. You wait till the 11th round to put your keeper at the 10th or 11th round.
That was a surprise because that was a little bit out of the norm. Normally it would be one of the players on the ground, but the goalkeeper for sure to number 5. And did you see the kick? It was sort of like goal kicking it out. It went
half those goal kicks in that whole entire segment of penalties there.
That was
brutal. It was brutal to watch.
I'll probably disagree with you. That was probably a good round of penalty kick to decide something. I
really?
know.
I wasn't visual. I listened to it on. I listened to it on the feed. I listened to it actually on Fatma.
But it was a lot better than a lot of goals easily going in, you know. And remember, in soccer, you have to guess where they're going to shoot. Are they going to shoot in the middle? Or are they going to shoot up top?
Or are they going to shoot to the right or to the left?
It's left.
Yeah.
It's just you have to connect.
Yeah.
Both of them have to be wrong. One shooter thinking he's going to go in, and the other shooter thinking I got it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But yeah, the fifth goal. For the second time in my life, I will say this right now. I almost saw a goaltender win a game for their team. Remember Sebastian Gonzalez during the U.S. Open Cup against Houston?
Or Sal-
Yeah,
yeah, Carl Saldana.
yeah, Carl D'Antonio.
I mean, even goal.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to it, I think it was David Gay
Yeah,
losing it in I believe it was the Europa League final.
yeah, I see.
Yeah, and the goalkeeper for the other team ended
Yeah.
up getting the goal to win that one.
I
So
know.
it was like, yeah, I mean, but yeah,
Damn it.
fifth round,
Damn if you do, damn if you don't.
fifth round.
Yeah, you're right.
Wait till later on, and
Shooter
you know,
11.
You know what?
Shooter 11.
You know what the next kicker did for Sweden?
What
Got
did
it
it?
in the back of the net.
Got in the back to that. Yeah.
Why didn't you put her fifth then?
Yeah, that's a
And
good question.
and give yourself a chance.
And Sweden would
Okay.
be in the World Cup final
Fast
since that
forward,
being goal. Fast forward
a
to
week
last-
later,
Right.
though. I mentioned Chloe Kelly and
Mhm.
Agaman.
Yeah.
Those two making a big presence and getting them
Yeah.
to the point where they go into extra time,
Mhm.
and we're talking about penalty kicks
Yeah,
again.
you're
Another
right.
penalty kick happened
Yeah, you're right.
because of a certain foul. I don't know if you were privy to that.
Yeah.
To the foul.
Yeah.
I saw it a little bit on.
Mhm.
I saw the replay on that.
Yeah.
She gets shoved inside the tackle box.
Yeah.
And there's been a question. Oh, the way they've been calling during the game, they should have let that go.
A shove is a shove, and that's a
That
foul
looked blatant to me. That really looked blatant to me.
That's a question.
And I'm not saying this I'm not saying this.
A sh-
I love it.
Yeah,
I love the
you're right.
English.
I love the England side too. When I
Yeah.
root them for the World Cup, if the U.S. are not doing good.
Yeah. Yeah, I root for the England side.
But yeah,
But,
a
I mean,
physical
even-
contact, which should include a shove, is an offensive play inside the box. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So if it was, penalty kick called.
Yeah, and
And-
a lot of people thought it shouldn't have been called, and blah blah blah. The ball was away from the play.
You're
You're
right.
shoving somebody inside
Yeah,
the
you're
box.
right.
It's just, I mean, it's
You're
like,
right. Yeah.
I mean,
And Chloe Kelly, you mentioned that.
oh,
She became brave. And I always say, we
she
know.
was a brave. She was the one that won the Euros for them the last time.
Yeah, you're right. And you remember when we always have a player in public, sometimes we be quiet. And when we
Mhm.
say, and I always say, be brave, take a deep breath,
Mhm.
take a deep breath. The initial shot stopped, was punch out, and then Chloe Kelly tracked the ball and scored it in.
Yep.
Game over.
Yep.
Good night. And by the way, that's the latest penalty kick during the knockout round, the
Yeah.
119th minute. And
Almost at the death there.
at the death,
What if FIFA decides that there are no more rebounds after penalty kicks?
they
And
will
then it won't
never.
happen.
They
Happen.
will never do that, except for the
I
NHL.
don't know.
I don't know.
You don't know. I mean, there's talks about that right now going on in the FIFA world. Whether penalty kicks are going to be, you take the kick, goaltender saves it, end of play.
You can't rebound it, brother.
Yeah, that's what they're thinking. I mean, they
No.
don't do. They
Don't
don't
do
they,
it.
They don't
Don't
do
do
it.
it.
They don't do it in the shootout, as you
No.
know.
They don't do it in the shootout penalty kick, but they don't do it a regular play. If he missed it and it's punch out, not saved, it's a live ball.
Yeah.
Period. End of story.
Yeah.
Don't even talk about that.
That remains to be seen.
Rain
by
to
the way.
be seen. I don't
Yeah.
think they're going to.
Yeah, that
No.
remains to be seen.
Oh,
by the way.
yeah.
But But like I said, entertaining competition.
Yeah, you're
England's in the finals. There's another semifinal that's going
Yeah,
on
that's-
as in the afternoon. The two teams, the winner of that,
Spain versus Germany,
Yeah.
and yes,
the winner of that will take on England noon on Sunday.
and that
Our
will be a good final. Whoever come up, including Spain.
yeah, England,
Yeah.
Spain. I think that was the World Cup final a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I know.
If I do believe so.
I know
So,
you're right. Yeah.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
Could I get back to the USL?
Stadium news.
Yeah, stadium.
news.
Or could we say
Lack thereof.
stadium madness? Can you say? 3 USL teams that have plans for stadiums have been. I mentioned Sacramento last week. Plans for building a new stadium near the Rainbow. It's have fallen apart again. Oh my.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
there's a couple other teams that are having issues there.
Buffalo.
Buffalo,
Yeah.
because the site that they had planned originally, there's some issues there from what I understand.
Yeah, it was located next to a chemical plant. Oh my God. Oh my. It makes Indianapolis selection putting a stadium site near a ancient burial ground seem more worse. Oh my God.
And I mean, it's just the choices of the where they put the stuff. I mean, we had
Yeah.
a choice where we had to do our stuff.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, within our incident, like I said, hopefully everything
Yeah, you're right.
is expedited as far as that
now
investigation goes.
Yes, and now Buffalo is looking at a new stadium site away from any chemical plant, burial ground, cemetery, or whatever.
Mm-hmm. So now they're delayed.
Yeah.
They were supposed to come in 2026.
And now they're going to be delayed in 2027.
Yeah.
The same year we debut Michigan in 20th, which I'll get to that in listen. Yeah.
We'll get that in a little while.
Yeah.
I mentioned it a little bit myself. Yeah. Milwaukee,
holy shirt on that, because I read an interesting article from Milwaukee Magazine. They reported a story. It may be delayed by 2027, if not at all, because they're having issues with their stadium and there's nothing built, prep work for that site. Like, what the hell?
It all comes down to planning. It really does. I mean,
and
maybe investors too.
Right. Milwaukee also poor planning. That they built
at this rate. Ford Madison will get a USL. Well, they already have a USL one too.
Or probably be promoted.
They'll be probably promoted to the championship before Milwaukee gets a actual USL team.
It's kind of embarrassing for the USL stuff. You trip these developments said, hey, and would be owner say, hey, we're going to build a new stadium. It's going to be spectacular, but nothing done. It just, I don't know what the USL thinking.
You gotta have people with some forward-minded thinking. You gotta have forward-minded thinking, and you gotta have comprehensible, smart thinking too, and realize there's gonna be uphill battles along the way.
Yeah.
For example, us.
Yeah.
With the whole 2 million gallons of water with PFAS and all the other BS.
Right. Yeah.
The elevator shaft incident that occurred
last week.
I mean, you're gonna run into those. You've got to have
headaches.
You're gonna run into those headaches. You've got to have the right people in place to move everything forward and hope everything gets expedited. And
speaking of which, I was listening to the Daily Detroit, that wonderful podcast. John Mann was a guest on that podcast. He said, and this is his word, they may begin next week pumping out those 2 million gallons of water.
That's good news.
That's good news. Yeah. But also, after you get rid of the water and all those ridiculous junk like gliders and needles and all that, you have to double check, make sure everything is clean, because you don't want.
I think when they have people that are specified in that type of deal. So I don't think it's going to be
a problem.
I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem there.
Right.
It's not going to be as big of a problem. Let's just say like there was like 6 million gallons over at the Michigan Central Station.
Yes. Yeah.
And it probably took a lot longer and all that. I'm sure it's going to be expedited, and they're pushing aggressively. And like I said, you keep hearing the word aggressively, the aggressive timeline.
Yeah, you're right.
And they keep pushing forward to this stuff. I'm sure we're going to hear more about this in the coming weeks as well.
And by the way, let me conclude the Milwaukee thing. Let's say, hypothetically, if this whole Milwaukee Iron District Stadium thing is not deemed out, hey, USL could take away their rights, and they may look at other markets. I'm looking at you, New Orleans. I may be looking at you, Memphis. I may be looking at some random city.
Santa Barbara.
Well, they already have a new team that was transferred from Memphis.
I haven't heard much about that. I haven't really heard much about that either. I mean, whether they're going to go forward to it. I mean, they got the territorial rights from Memphis.
Yes.
However, is there anything going going forward where they can come in 2027 like they said they were, or 2026 like they said they were? I haven't really heard much of anything there.
Yeah, you're right. I
know. It all depends on the right people, and if you have the right planning, the right strategy going on right now. So I mean, that's all it boils down to.
Couple more subjects of interest. As you probably know, we follow soccer a ton. You know what I mean? And worldwide, after the end of the calendar season, which begins in a few weeks with the new season, to the end of May, where everybody will get promotion relegation, you have to choose a player of the year.
Usually,
I want to get
in European circles,
Yes.
like the Ballon d'Or
Yes.
would be offered. I'd say like what, October, November of every year.
Yes, October and every year before during the new season.
Yeah, it's during the regular season,
And
but they go from the previous season.
Yeah, and this year it was won by a Manchester City guy. I can't remember his name.
Rodrigo.
Rodrigo. Yes, he won. He won the Ballon d'Or.
Rodrigo or Rodri.
Yes,
as I would like.
Didn't score many goals, but he was a good player.
Great midfield. And I'll tell you what, though.
Yeah.
I think he was the key to Manchester City's lack of success.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about it.
With him being out, I mean, you had De Bruyne being out, but Rodri not being on that pitch, I think made a huge difference for Manchester City. And, I mean, grant you, lose the Al Hilal in the Club World Cup and whatnot, but they had a strong run in that up until that game.
Right.
So
and the other finalist was Vinicius Jr.
from Real Madrid.
24 goals in all competitions.
As well.
Yes, and they were the top contenders for
FIFA Player of the Year.
And you're damn right. Well, we want to take issue to ESPN.
Mind you, ESPN has not had this award in several years.
No.
First, I mean, let me clear that caveat right away.
It was mentioned in the Wikipedia entry because the ESPY, which I have said, jumped the shark after they gave Caitlyn
Jenner,
the
Courage Award.
It jumped the shark, and remember afterwards, guess what? There was a promotion for a new Caitlyn. Clark, you know what I'm talking about. Ani. Oh, brother.
Of course it was. Because,
and
ESPN, mind you, they have dropped off the soccer planet.
Literally, when I started cable, they had it all. Championship League,
Champions League, Premier
World
League,
Cup, Premier
World
League.
Cup. I mean, they
have
jumped off the soccer.
Yeah,
now all they have now is
Bundesliga and La Liga.
And maybe an FA Cup game here.
And yet the FA Cup,
because all the EFL stuff's now on
NBC or CBS. Yes.
All the EFL stuff's on CBS and Premier League, obviously, on NBC.
They awarded their best soccer player at their own award show, the ESPY, last week. And I tried to do research, but I was busy organizing stuff like that. And guess who...
well, give me the nominees, first of all.
All right. This is Anita from Barcelona playing. She's a female soccer player.
Mm-hmm. Barcelona is one of the top women's teams in the world right now.
Yes, Alexis Podolitz. She's also a soccer player of, FC Barcelona.
Two Barcelona players.
Yes,
where's Trinity Rodman in this picture?
Nowhere to be seen. Lammy Yoma, also from Barcelona on the men's side, and Christian Pulisic of AC Milan. We talked to him last week about why he wasn't available for the Gold Cup. Remember, he was exhausted from playing all the league games.
49 games.
Yeah, you're right. I know, probably remember. But they're all in that. I don't know who voted on this, but here it is. Guess who took it? Christian Pulisic. Oh my!
Mainly because
he's American.
He's Captain America.
He's an American. Oh,
Captain America, who failed to join his teammates for the CONCACAF Gold Cup this past summer.
Yeah,
and I mean,
because he was tired.
He was tired. Yes,
I
have the World. Right. We got the World Cup next
year. And we're talking about people being mentally exhausted after playing a long season. He needed a mental break. Oh, that's a little debatable, but
Alphonso Davies played for Canada.
Right. You're right.
I'm sure Mexico's best players played for them.
Yeah,
as well. I think Cameron Carter-Vickers, I think he was a part of that Canada squad as well. The best players are out there. Pochettino ended up with some. I'm not going to knock him though, because Berhalter's a good player. Berhalter's a great player. I mean, I saw him in the CONCACAF Champions Cup.
Yeah.
And in that tie against Inter Miami. And they were fantastic in that.
Yeah, you're right.
And he deserved a spot. I mean,
right.
He did deserve a spot in that group. But Pulisic, Did he have that stellar of a season at AC Milan?
I don't think so. I don't think
mean,
so.
I mean, if you look up his stats real, was he better than Bentley? Was he better than Vinicius?
No.
Was he better than any of those guys?
No.
Was he better than, I wouldn't say Mbappe.
Okay. Mbappe!
Yeah. I mean, was he better? Was he better than Mo Salah?
No. No.
Was he better than Harry Kane?
I don't think so.
Harry Kane just won his first trophy.
Yeah.
With Bayern Munich.
You're right. A team he used to. Sorry, wrong team. Sorry, I was right. I almost did an error. So yeah. To tell you the truth, no.
What Pulisic do? What Pulisic do last year for Milan?
I'm just trying to look at.
Well, I was gonna say better. Was it better than what he ever did in Chelsea? Because I'm sorry, he wasn't that great of a player for Chelsea.
No.
And kind of as a hot take, but I don't think he was that great of a player for Chelsea. Half the time I saw him on the bench.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, half the time I saw him on the bench.
Yeah, and
that, he'd be in the top. He'd be in the 11 half the season. But the other half of the season, he'd be sitting as a sub.
Last year, Serie 34 matches, 11 goals, 9 assists. That good stellar stats? No.
How many goals does Darren Smith have right now in all comps?
7.
All comps.
10. Yes, you're right.
One more goal than Darren Smith.
Yes.
And he's ESPY Soccer Player of the Year.
What the fuck?
This tells me that ESPN does not give two craps about the sport.
You're right. They don't. They only have La Liga, Bundesliga on ESPN Plus. They have the FA Cup. I don't know where AC Milan plays. I think Paramount Plus.
I think the best player that ESPN has covered over the years is Gianluca Paluca.
I remember the blooper. I know what you're talking about. Gary Miller.
Soccer breakdown.
Pulisic, Paluca. Oh my God.
Gianluca Paluca.
How you say that name? And that was during the World Cup. And I looked at this. FP awards are permanently voted by the fans. I want to talk to the fans there. Well,
that's the first mistake right there. Because you know what the fans are going to be in this country. Here it is. That's what the fans are going to be like in this country. Christian Pulisic is Captain America. He is better than all these other players nominated. So we're going to nominate Captain America.
We just mentioned all the other players who was nominated with Coach Brother, and the all players were in the three of the Ballon d'Or. Not even close. Not even close.
Yeah, if you're gonna, like it's.
And you didn't play the CONCACAF Gold Cup for God's sake. How much valuable will be when the World Cup would come to home?
What did he do in Champions League? I don't think he did much in Champions League. Did AC Milan were AC Milan in the Champions League this year? I mean,
brother,
it's just the fact that there's a lot. I mean, a lot of other networks have stepped up their soccer game.
Yes.
ESPN has dropped off their soccer.
Yeah, because of the Fox.
And they're dropping off baseball.
Yeah.
Brother. They're dropping off baseball too. It's like they're created after. Remember how many years that they did not cover hockey when they didn't have the NHL rights?
25 years until NBC decided, okay, we don't care anymore. Yeah. So.
The only thing that drives them right now, I think, is NFL and Stephen A. Smith.
I can't stand
maybe the NBA.
Pat McAfee and brother.
That's the only thing driving them right now. So I mean, I take it for what it's worth. I mean, personally, because obviously we all know there's better soccer players out there.
Right.
I'm surprised they didn't put Lionel Messi on the list, because you know damn well what was going to happen if you put Lionel Messi and Christian Pulisic together.
Well,
how many plastics do we see at Key? Oh, did I say that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Brother.
There's a reason why I call Victoria Beckham plastic Messi fangirl. Lady plastic Messi fangirl.
Yeah.
There's a reason why I call it.
But
other than that, oh my God. But yeah. I mean, it's been an eventful musings.
One more note before I go. The league we left.
We were mentioning that earlier.
The league we left about 4 years ago got a reboot.
Got a rebrand.
of their logo.
Yeah, it's a flag logo with the
This-
open corners
yeah.
saying we're planning on being an open system.
Oh, brother, they're 5 years
Are they
behind.
okay, I got questions.
Okay.
Okay, they got a new commissioner.
Yeah.
Hutch is gone. Thank
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah. The two teams that sort of hijacked the league, the Stars and the Forts, are gone if they're still there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
You're not going to get rid of Friedland.
No. Okay.
You're not. Yeah. The LA Forts are still there.
Still there. Okay.
Yeah. But
yeah, they have a flag.
Yeah, they're having this fall tournament coming
Yeah.
up, and they got a new commissioner and all that.
The
This
Pro
is the
Cup,
league
yeah.
that will never die.
No. They mentioned their brand new color. Let me fancy my voice. The French Club allowed to speak to the investment of diversity and riches of soccer culture. The blue represent the roaring nation of independent
Explain
nature.
Michigan Stars to me. I digress.
The red represent our commitment to the historic soccer association. That's my fancy voice of the new logo. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Oh, brother. And the three red bar represent the third tier. Misa established place in Osaka. Sorry, I have to do a fancy voice.
diversity. Like I said, I mentioned the Michigan Stars thing. Diversity.
Yeah.
Who was he standing with at his sports center a couple times? Anyway, but like I said,
Yeah. And remember,
it remains to be seen what's going to come out of this league.
I remember.
Don't get me wrong.
talking about diversity.
I don't want teams to die.
No.
Maybe except Michigan Stars, but
Yeah.
I don't want.
But
I want responsible soccer teams.
I want to bring you up a moment from the tournament in Charlottesville. It was held during MLK weekend. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And every team who was at the team at the time, including DCFC, was there.
Over at Chattanooga.
Yeah, Chattanooga. Looking at the video of that, guess who team was not there? You want to guess?
Georgie boy.
I know. Good support. Orange Buffon, I know.
Georgie boy who claims he has diversity and inclusion
Oh,
on his team. Well, only if they include a certain person that's a certain person by the name of Taco Kofefe.
I know. I know.
Yeah.
But we did rescue a couple of players from the Michigan Stars now play, like Abu Mensah and the backup goaltender.
And there's been great players all the way around.
Right.
Darwin Espinal. I mean, you see him kicking in with the Richmond Kickers right
Yes, I
now.
know.
Paolo Batelafaz, I'll shout
Yeah.
out to him as well, a friend of the show. A lot of great. I mean, there's been a lot. Tatena Makruba, we rescued him from Nisa pretty much.
I know.
There's great players, and I don't want clubs to die. Much like I said, we were saying about Maryland Bobcats last year and how they got screwed.
They got screwed
because
over.
they didn't want to start. And that's the thing. Are you going to get people? Are you going to be an independent organization, or are you going to make clubs, pay for other clubs' mistakes, aka all those clubs down in Georgia that failed in the last several years, and making teams like the Maryland Bobcats pay them who were financially struggling themselves.
Oh yeah.
That doesn't sound like an independent, free and open league to me, in my opinion.
And hey, USL, I heard the Baltimore market is open. If you want to establish a new team there, we can adopt the Maryland Bobcat name. You know what I mean? It's on the
That
table.
DMV market is a very, we shall see. I mean, territorial rights. Yeah, Loudoun's in the DMV. So
Loudoun in the DMV. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
oh my
Loudoun's
God.
in the DMV, so it's kind of hard. Maybe a League One team.
Maybe League One.
But I mean, I heard aspirations of League Two and all that stuff. So
okay, well,
one more thing.
One more thing.
Okay, they were talking about possible League One teams.
Yeah, okay.
In the near future.
All right.
Name that came up.
What name came up?
Possible.
Maybe.
AFC Ann Arbor.
League One. What the fuck?
Over Flint City.
What the hell?
I thought Dan Duggan had money.
I've been following Dan Duggan in Michigan when he tried to put a USL Pro team. That was the name presenting the USL Championship. And he didn't do the deed, unfortunately. Didn't do the deed.
But I, from what I'm hearing, I think Ann Arbor's got plans of they want to build a new stadium, but they got a viable facility at Holloway Field.
Yeah, you were there.
Yeah, for and the minimum for League One, I think it's 1,000 seats. I mean, or whatever it is, but their aspirations is they want to go big. They want to go. They want to. and
by the
kudos
way-
to them for
yeah.
doing that.
And by the
Kudos
way,
to them.
Ann Arbor and Detroit share the same market because we're in the Southeast
And I
Michigan
think
area.
I think we dropped territorial
Oh.
rights. So
For the Detroit market?
yeah,
What
because
the hell?
you know what that means.
What that mean?
Open competition for everybody.
Maybe.
If you want to come in the USL and
Okay.
play us, go right ahead.
Go right ahead, yeah.
Go right ahead. Join us.
Well, since this has been a great musing, by the way, let's take this crazy train from the musing to Soccer Night in Detroit this
That's
Saturday.
right. Soccer Night in Detroit this Saturday. Might be a dead rubber match. Might not. Two of the worst teams in the USL right now, according to the power rankings, go at it.
City versus Westchester
SC.
SC.
That's going to be a game. Will be on ESPN2. I don't know why they. I think I know why they have it on ESPN2.
Why?
Did you look at that display on Friday night?
And I didn't see the broadcast.
No. I was going to say, did you see that display on Friday night?
No, I didn't.
You were, because you were right behind
I was there,
it.
yeah.
You were right there behind it.
Yeah.
Rough taking display. And
Yes, the great. Oh, let me tell. Oh, yes, I was there. They had a wonderful tifo saying the revolution would not be televised, and they had a lot of messages up and down.
Every message you can think of.
Yes.
I got a QR code that I'm going to display right now of the many different organizations that you could either sponsor your time or donate money to or whatever. NGS provided this link, and I think to all the supporters and with the QR code on there as well. But scan that. It'll show you a list of organizations.
Yes. And they need your they need your help in this troubled time.
More than
ever.
And
by the way, donate your PBS or NPR station. They needed more effort too after what happened.
Exactly.
It's been a depressing weekend.
It's been a depressing
year. And it's going to only get worse. But let's keep hope alive. Let's
keep hope alive. Let's hang in there.
Well,
we will see you on Saturday. Soccer Night in Detroit, prior to the match, and after hours, of course, after the match as well. Games on ESPN2.
Great to see you again. As
always great to see you.
And by the way, no disrespect to Ozzy and all that. We're all due respect. I'm wearing the Rush T-shirt. Remember, they played a little bit of Rush while we were doing Soccer Night last week.
Yes.
For
Canada Day. Oh, it's Scottish.
Yes.
Scottish Heritage Day this Saturday.
I know.
Okay. By the way. All right, going a little bit long, but we will see you on Saturday for Soccer Night in Detroit. Until then, folks, keep your feet on the ground. Keep reaching for the galaxy.